Okay. Wait, you guys don't want real life result. Okay, real life result. Okay, one person. Real life. Good, good. So if you want real life result, then whatever we are about to say, whatever we are about to cover today, you need to really participate. You really need to be immersed in this particular topic. It's a simple topic, but it requires participation. So for that reason, right, I have a request to Sean and team. Is it okay if, let's say, you temporarily disallow participants to unmute themselves? All right, just temporarily do that. Now, those of you who have a question, there is an avenue to that. Whenever you have a question, I would like you to directly type into the chat so that the entire flow of my presentation is not disrupted. So please help me make that happen. Now, one more thing is that I would like to take a group photo before we start. Is that okay, Ashar? Do you think it's okay? Right. Do you guys think it's okay for us to take a short little group photo? If it is, I want to keep it for record lah. So if, let's say, you guys can turn on the camera and I can take a quick group photo, that will be really, really good for me. Is that okay? So turn on your camera, guys. I'm waiting for you. I'm gonna give you guys like 30 seconds to get it done. Just if, let's say, your background is not okay, if, let's say, your background is like messy or whatever, don't mind, just put it close to your face. I just want to take a look at just want to take a look at you. Yeah, I can see that. You're turning it on. Thank you so much. And those of you who are having like era, still your name is still era, please change your name to your real name. Zolt, I hope I'm pronouncing your name. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Give me a thumbs up if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Okay, Zolt. Okay, Kelvin Chang, thank you so much for turning on your camera. So the rest of you, a bit too shy. Okay, I'm gonna take a photo right now. Okay, 3, 2, 1, smile. Thank you so much. Okay, let me just paste it into my file for a while. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna start by actually giving you guys my link. All right, I'm gonna start by giving you guys my link, and this link is right here. This is basically my campsite bio, and it means that there is like all of my stuff is over there. Oh, it's not showing up on https links.felixday.com. Right, so that's the link. So inside the link, you will be able to see basically all my stuff. Okay, hold on. Links.felixday.com. Yeah. You should be able to, if you click on the link, you should be able to see this. I have my own webinar. I have the community link that Sean was mentioning just now. And I'm also a YouTuber, starting YouTuber. So every time I upload something to my YouTube, you'll be able to see it from this over here, latest contents from my YouTube. It will choose the top 3 video, and you can even play directly over here. All right. So that is that for the housekeeping. Now, let me start today's session in earnest. I want to ask you guys a few questions. I want to ask you guys, like, what do you do? What business are you in? And there's a reason why I asked this question, and I will reveal this reason towards the end of today's session. But for now, I want you guys to introduce yourself so that we can be a little bit more connected. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. Go ahead and type down in the chat in a short sentence, like, what exactly do you do? Myself, I help business leaders to make their businesses so desirable, so attractive that they can get clients without selling. Now, what do you do? I want you guys to type it down. Yes, Melvin, Linktree. I don't use Linktree. We can talk about it next time. Zolt is an author, marketing, and social media agent. Oh, okay, cool. Very, very nice. You're an influencer, I guess. Have an agency. What about the rest of you? William says, I help clients to modernize their performance management by software digitalization. Modernize soft performance management software. Oh, okay, understand already. All right, I have a client who does something similar, but she's more on, she's more towards inventory management. IT professionals boost confidence, communicate with power, influence change. Yeah, that's great because a lot of people, I guess you chose IT professionals for a reason. What about the rest of you? Let me hear. I would like to hear it from, let's say, Faisal, if possible. Okay, William already typed it in. Mike, Farzana as well, if you can. Growth consultant, social media expert when needed. Great. Now, the next question I want to ask for you guys, right, is this. Why is learning how to get clients without selling important for you? Now, this is a bit of a deeper question, so I'm going to give you guys like 3 minutes to answer this. Why is learning how to get clients without selling important for you? I see that Ideal just came in. Ideal Aladdin, interesting name. Thank you for coming. Please type down in the chat, why is learning how to get clients without selling important for you?
Can I say it now, Felix?
Yeah, go ahead. Don't worry about. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for us, definitely what we want is actually getting clients the easiest way out. Well, you know, I have a bunch of sales team. Actually, my sales team size is slightly more than 10. Well, seriously, by getting client come to us, right? Seriously, it's going to save us a ton of money. That's number one. Yeah. Okay. So of course, we're going to save tons of effort in reaching out. Okay. I can't wait to get the answer from you, Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking is because when I'm speaking to a group, right, it's not about me sharing just a one-dimensional thing. It's not a one-direction thing. We need a two-way communication, because in order for me to understand, in order for me to make sure that I convey the necessary knowledge to you, that is my priority. So that is the reason why I asked. So I can see from certain answers, Zolt says I would certainly save time and money. William says to expand business more efficiently. Good. Kelvin says building relationship matters. Very good. So now, get clients without selling is not a technique. It is not a strategy. It is definitely not a gimmick. It is actually a way of being. It is about you living and breathing certain kinds of values that allows people to come to you. And not only allow people to come to you, it makes people want to fight for you, like fight to get your services. Because let me ask you guys this question. Just think with me over here. Many people want to build wealth. For what? Why do we all make money? Why do we all make money? Why do we work so hard? At the end of the day, there is something that you want, isn't it? There is something that you want to use the money for. So there is something within you that matters a lot. It requires a certain amount of money. You are saving money to get something. What it means to us all is that throughout our whole life, all of us, we have this aim. We get this money means we're going to be able to do certain things. Now, what if that certain thing is you? I'm going to give some examples. Some people make a lot of money so they can buy the Lamborghini, right? So they can buy the house, right? So that you can buy the Rolex, right? Why can't that brand be you? Why can't that brand be you? So get clients without selling is about making you become that brand. It is timeless and it is human. it is a flip in terms of rather than you chase clients, clients chase after you. Now, what would that mean to you? What if client chase you instead? What would the implication be? If you can type it down in the chat, like what if clients can chase you instead? Think about how much time it would save you. Think about how much more easier it would have been for you to run your business. That goal is very, very real. And that is something that I've helped my clients realize time and time again. And so like what Sean has introduced me as, my goal, or rather what I do, is I help business leaders build a business that is so hyper attractive, so hyper desirable. Everyone you want comes to you. And that means your clients come to you, your employees come to you, and your partners come to you. And you can expect this kind of results. Instead of you working hard to find clients, clients save up money to pay you. Instead of working hard to find collaborators and partners, they come and find you. Instead of trying to find and retain good employees and good talents, be the first choice of employees and talents. In fact, think about this. When we first started looking for a job, we all have our first choice. Why were they the first choice? They were first choice because of certain reputation that they have, certain mission that they have that resonated with us. They were very good at communicating all of those things. Instead of working hard because you have to worry about overhead or COVID and all of the stuff, you can trade cost worries for scaling worries. What if you can be worried about how much time you have left, worried about being overloaded with clients? Instead of being confined to a single location, you can work wherever you want, especially for those of you who are solopreneurs. Instead of working hard to please clients so that they stay, you're able to get clients who ask to stay and refer clients to you, because that's what happens to me. And that's what happened to my clients. So in essence, you can put it into a nutshell, the objective, the outcome of a get clients without selling business is business comes to you. You're first to be considered, and you're first to be awarded contract. And so like whenever people ask me, hey, Felix, what do you do? Whenever I go to a online networking event, right? I show them this photo. That's you, that's your client, that's your competition. And you are just minding your own business over here. Your competition is the one that is being needy, but whereas your client is paying attention to you, they're distracted by you. And there is only one way you can do that, is by becoming desirable. Becoming absolutely desirable. Becoming that brand that heads turn for. And in order for you to do that, you need to apply three things. You need to do three shifts. First, the mindset that you have needs to be changed. Instead of constantly trying to chase after people, you need to believe and you need to live the kind of values that allows other people to chase you, that allows for you to set the terms, for you to run the business under your own terms, for you to negotiate in your favor. And not only that, you need to apply the science of influence across every asset, every facet of your business. Make it a part of your SOP, make it a part of every standard operating procedure that you or your team use when you're interacting with the world at large. And applying the right kind of strategies. Not simply looking at how other people are doing something and just, oh, that guy is running ad, that guy is very successful at running ad, let me try running my ad as well. Not that. To apply the right strategies at the right time. And so it is called right stages. That is shift number 3. And that is the 3 primary things that needs to change. Changing the mindset, changing the business to start applying the science of influence, and start applying the right strategies at the right time. But this is only possible for a certain kind of people. get clients without selling is an end goal. It's an end goal that I use to describe people like myself and people like my clients. And here are the the values that we have. We are highly determined entrepreneurs. We are not a one-entrepreneur. We are not a temporary side hustler. We are not a dabbler. We are not the kind of person who says, I want to try and see if I can make business happen. We are the kind of person who says, I am going to make my business happen no matter what. We are the kind of person who says, we are going to do this no matter what the results are. We're going to keep working at it until it reaches a certain point where we become successful. That's what commitment is. We're the kind of person that believe that getting clients shouldn't be hard, because we have more important things to do than to spend every day, whole day, scrambling around trying to find clients. We want to be serving people. We want to be creating impact. We want to be expanding our team. We want to be working on our systems. And we don't want to be bogged down by the day-to-day running, like constantly having to be desperately trying to find clients. We don't want that anymore. And we are the kind of person who wants to market our business online. Because in this day and age, if you are still the person who is like on the fence, I wonder if this online thing is really worth my while. No, that is not for you already. Because we believe that in this day and age, where we are going into Web 3.0, right? Right now, we are going to DeFi space. We're going to the metaverse, Web 3.0. There are some people in this world that is still stuck on Web 1.0. And in my opinion, and as well as my tribe's opinion, this is not okay. Before Web 3.0 really hits mainstream, you need to be good. You need to have mastery over Web 2.0. So we are the kind of people who want to market our business online. We want more to life than just busy all the time, because by the way, that is a reality of most entrepreneurs. They're just busy all the time. We heard this saying, we keep on hearing this, hey, how are you? Hey, Brian, how are you? Brian says, I'm so busy nowadays. And Adam says, oh, busy is good. No, we don't believe busy is good. We want the ability. We want the freedom. We want the freedom to be able to explore and expand ourselves. We want the ability to go and enroll into courses. In December, I had so much clients to the point where I was like, okay, it's enough. I don't want to get more clients back in December. And I spent 2 months completely away from my business. I still serve my existing clients, and serving my existing clients doesn't take a lot of time for me because I've systemized my business so much. And I could spend 2 months just deep diving into metaverse, into Web 3.0, into DeFi, into crypto, NFT. I learned so much. And I realized one thing: every single person who suffered during the pandemic, during COVID, are exactly the person who says they are too busy to learn about social media. Think about that. Everybody who suffered during COVID are people who were too busy to learn social media when social media first came about. And right now, we are about to enter into a new age, and we are still seeing people who are too busy to learn, too busy to upskill. Either not enough resource or not enough time. When is the time? When are we going to get the resource? When are we going to get the time to be able to upskill ourselves and keep up and stay up to date with the rest of the market? We are the ones who decide whether we can tolerate being busy or not. And we say, busy is not okay. I want to be free. I want a business that works for me. We say, we want a business that works for us. We don't want to be working for the business. We want the business to work for us, because that is the idea of a business owner. We're not a business slave, a business owner. So only for people who have such a level of commitment towards becoming an attractive and successful brand will the principles of get clients without selling work. And so for all of you who are listening, if you are still undecided on some of these things, make a choice right now. What kind of business owner do you want to be as we move on to the rest of the session? So I promise you guys 3 shifts, and I will deliver 3 shifts. The first shift is mindset. The first shift is don't try to attract. Be attractive. Everybody and their mother is talking about trying to attract clients nowadays. It's an improvement. At least nobody is talking about finding clients anymore. Maybe there is, I don't know. But in my circle, at least, there's no longer anybody who's still talking about finding clients. People are talking about attracting clients already. But let me ask you guys this. What do people normally do when they're trying to attract clients? What do people normally do? They go out, they put themselves everywhere, they plaster their logo and their brand everywhere, they go to every WhatsApp group, they go to every Facebook group, and they plaster their promotion. You go to their social media, because they say social media is effective. When social media first rolled around, they didn't learn about social media. Today, they are starting to learn about social media. So what do? You look at their posts, every single post until last year, every single post is about selling. Join this webinar, join this, that, this promotion, 50% off, discount, this, offer, that, right? There is no value add to the audience. It's constantly only posting about selling. This is a behavior I call peacocking. And I will tell you more about what peacocking is. But first, I want to ask you guys a question. I want you guys to type down. Okay, type it down in the chat, right? What do you find attractive in a person? What do you guys find attractive in a person? Character, confidence. By the way, I just want to say, I want to acknowledge William and Zolt for consistently participating. How much you guys are going to get from this session depends 100% on how much you choose to participate. You can choose to just passively listen because, again, you are busy. Or you can actively choose to participate and learn and actually get something from this session. The choice is entirely up to you. I have nothing to gain. I'm doing this for free. So character, confidence. Some people say honesty. Some people say truth. Some people say looks, beauty. Some people, whatever the reason is, understand that those values, right? Those values are valuable to you. And everybody have different cup of tea, right? Everybody have different kinds of things that they value. Someone just said wisdom. Some people will say intelligence. Now, the question I want to ask you is, if you don't like a kind of value, if you don't like it, if you don't resonate with it, what can somebody else do to make you change your mind? Is it even possible? Is it really even possible? Yes or no? Type it down in the chat. No. Don't say no. Yeah. Because it is matters of the heart. It is not a matter of the brain. There is no calculation to be done here. It is simply a matter of feelings. If you don't like something, nothing other people will say will change your mind. But look at what is happening in the world today. Look at what is being taught in the persuasion classes, in the marketing courses, in the sales courses. If this prospect says this, you say that. Can you guys hear me? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? It is not something that makes logical sense. A lot of the angles that is being taught today is about how to make people like you, how to make people be attracted to you. And that is the reason why you hear people, my new students struggle with this all the time. I run a program called Unstoppable You. But the new students are the one that struggles the most. I will tell you this, my most successful students are the students that tries the least. They try the least. My worst performing students are the students that tries the most. Why? Because nothing is as ugly as the sight of somebody who's trying too hard. Women, ladies, you can tell me whether that's true or not. Imagine a guy coming after you and he's just trying way too hard, more than he has to. Is that attractive? It's not, isn't it? So what happens when you peacock? What happens when you are trying too hard? What happens when nobody is responding to you? Nobody is commenting on your posts, and you are still going around trying. What happens? Will people like you more? Let's say you're a vegan. You're a vegan. And vegan means you eat vegetables only. You eat you're plant-based. You're 100% plant-based. And a company somewhere, a very famous Wagyu steak company, decides to hire a salesman to come into your corner with a loudspeaker directly at you, wearing a banner behind him, like 2 red flags, Wagyu beef. Hey, this is the best Wagyu beef in the world. Discount price 90%. Buy. You'll be turned off, wouldn't you? And yet, reality is, that's what so many people are trying to do. Now, what happens when you are attractive? What happens when you are attractive? When you only talk to the people who like you. When you are ladies always like to say this, be yourself. All right. Sometimes men ask, it's like, what did I do wrong? What can I do to make it better? Lady will say, like, just be yourself. Why? Because some people understand it is not about what you do or what you say. It is about you connecting with only the right kind of people. So rather than chasing after clients, the idea of being attractive is a matter of a few things. It's a matter of 3 things. 1, 2, 3. Chasing clients, instead of chasing clients, you need to be remarkable. I'll bring it directly to your brand right now. How often do you try to prove that your brand is good instead of improving your brand? How often do you ask yourself the difficult questions like, why should somebody come to me? Why should somebody work with me? What's in it for them? What's in it for them that they can see? Because in my experience working with so many entrepreneurs and so many business owners, I can tell you this. The entrepreneurs that have the worst performing businesses are the ones that let their shit get in the way. Meaning they think that their product is great. They think that their service is great. And so they are trying to communicate everything that they think is great. But the market looks at them and they say, okay, next. What needs to happen over here? What needs to happen over here is to be remarkable in a sense where you articulate it in a way that your market can understand. How much time, right? How much time do you spend figuring out what is the language that they use? What is the language that they can understand? And trying to connect that what you understand with what they understand. That is the idea of being remarkable. Create an idea that is so amazing. People want to respond to it without you having to convince people. Because, by the way, that's what a lot of people do, isn't it? I'm going to try to convince them to like what I do. No, not like that at all. I'm going to give an example. Recently, I joined a Facebook group. There are so many new Facebook groups around. And there are so many Facebook groups that wants to grow themselves, right? And year after year after year, they are stuck 400 people, 500 people, 600 people, so on and so forth. Now, this Facebook group was created in December. 10 packs. 10 packs. Today, they have just surpassed 1.1K in group members. How did that happen? It happened because for one whole month, the founder, who is an very experienced marketeer, he said, and he did nothing but research, and he observed the entire marketplace, and he realized a couple of things. He realized that everybody who goes on Facebook groups want to promote their own stuff. Nobody is buying, everybody is promoting. And he realized that most Facebook groups disallow self-promotion for good reasons. Because if I open a Facebook group and allow you to everyone to be able to self-promote, it's gonna be a marketplace. Everybody is selling, nobody is buying. It is not an enjoyable place to be in. So what he did was he asked himself, how can I make this place better? Like, how can I allow everybody to promote themselves without sacrificing my own niche, my own agenda? And he thought about it intensely, and he came out with a beautiful solution. He created a new methodology. He called it hash targeting. He created a very nice onboarding system that ensures that every new member that comes in understands the culture. His rule is very simple. You can promote yourself all you want as long as you be kind. Here's what be kind means. 1, 2, 3. He make it so simple for people to grasp the concept. He make it so easy for people to master the concept that everybody had fun. Yes, everybody, you go into the group, everybody is promoting their own stuff, but now they're doing it in a much more subtle way. And because he taught the members how to do it well, everybody is doing it in a more elegant way, and people are seeing results. And guess what? He, as the founder of the group, is seeing phenomenal amount of results. Why? Because he was the central figure. His name is getting tagged in the Facebook group day after day after day after day after day. He didn't have to work hard for his clients anymore. The group grows by itself. And inside the onboarding message, there was a link to his website, his landing page. And his program is currently around 1,005 for 3 months, US dollar. He has this is just month number 2.5. He has 50 plus members in his program right now. So spending time to actually create an amazing idea as opposed to trying to convince people to take up your idea. That is the first thing. The second thing is, instead of trying to convince your prospects, know and live your values. What are your values? How many of you actually, how many of you here actually know what is your brand core value? If you know what is your brand core value, type it down in the chat. If you know the top 3 core values that you have in your company, type it down in the chat. Because the next step is to live your values. If you say that congruency is part of your company core values, do you live it? Do you breathe it? If you say excellence is part of the core value, do you live it? Do you breathe it? Does it emanate itself? Does it infuse itself all the way down to the front desk? Because it's a very important thing. It's an extremely important thing, because what people remember is not what you say. I think many of you can notice. What people remember out of every interaction is how you make them feel. It's not about what you say. It's how they feel about you. So if you said to yourself, this is my core values. And so based on this core value, I'm going to attract a certain kind of people and I'm going to repel a certain kind of people. Do you live it? Do you breathe it? How does it transfer itself into every single marketing message that you do? every single facet of your brand. And instead of being busy all the time, say no. Say no to clients. I reject clients all the time. Not because they are not worthy or bad or whatever. It's just because we're not the right fit. And we've seen that. We know that there's something called the Pareto principle. That 80% of your revenues come from 20% of your clients. Am I right? And 20% of your clients, the worst one, contributes to 80% of the problem. Yes, Melvin, there are rain noises from Felix. Unfortunately, I can't control the weather. So sorry about that. Bear with me, guys. Say no. When was the last time any of you said no to a client? I'm gonna give you guys a few clap. Those of you who said who said over the past 1 month. Nobody? Nobody at all? None of you said no to a client? Something needs to change. Your business should have such a large number of inquiries that you can say no. Because you get what you tolerate. If you tolerate bad clients in your business, you are going to get exactly that. If you tolerate being busy all the time, you're going to get exactly that. If you tolerate yourself having to go into tough, difficult enrollment conversations, trying to plead and convince people to give you a shot, right? That's exactly what is going to happen in your business. If you tolerate chasing after clients, that's exactly what you're going to get in your business. Let me show you this lady here. She's my client. She's a current existing client. She's still with me. This is an outdated photo of herself. She sent me something the other day. She had a 30-minute call over Zoom with a prospect with an inquiry, and she had a 6.8K subscription, meaning every single month is a recurring subscription. She's a SaaS provider, software as a service. She runs a software company. Now, this might not impress some people because your business is very big. But let me tell you her transformation. When she first came, she had 20 items on her to-do list every single day. She came to me burnout, exhausted, right? Frustrated. Why I run this business for 20 years and I'm still like that? I'm stuck. Why? And she thought that the solution is to have more learning, more lessons, more courses. And she tried it all. She paid so much money. Nothing worked. We had some conversations. We talk about self-value. We talk about the flip chart. You get what you tolerate. We question the idea that why she should be chasing after clients. She used to be okay, right? Driving 4 hours to a location, to a client location, just to have an enrollment conversation. After that single conversation with me, she said, no, I'm never going to do that ever again. Whatever people want, get on a call with her. That was the start. This was the message that came. But you know what? She has grown even more since then. Now, she charges 18K per month, 1/8. 18K per month. The other day, she even sent a quotation to a Japanese company with a $200 million per year turnover. She quoted them 25K a month. They are still talking. She just basically like blurted it out, like 25K a month, like straight face like that. And the person said, okay, we're gonna need to add a little bit more. Let me talk to my boss. And they came back and they are still continuing the conversation. She has literally quadrupled her price since that one conversation about mindset. So a question to you guys is, are you aware of how much your mindset has limited you in terms of growing your business? Being okay with things that you shouldn't be okay about. And you know, the other day she sent me another text. some of her prospects that she revealed those high ticket prices to chased her for 3 months. I'm just aware that some of it couldn't be seen from my screen, but she was chased for 3 months to have breakfast with somebody. When was the last time your prospect chased you for breakfast? Like, come on, let's have a breakfast. I really want to talk about buying your service. When was the last time this ever happened? It happened for her because she has learned how to become desirable. So don't try to attract. Be attractive. Stop doing so much. Start to learn how to be. You change the mindset. You change how you approach things and how you do things. A lot of the stuff. So let me answer some question over here. Melvin asked, does she plan on exiting the SaaS business or to develop the service into something big? So right now, she in her own niche, apparently she is becoming quite well known, probably the top in Malaysia by now. And she wants to develop the service into smaller services where regular shop owners can afford her. So which is brilliant, because I'm working with her right now to create another offer, because her current offer is very irresistible. Like if you hit a certain criteria and you look at the offer, it's like it makes no sense to say no to her, right? That's also part of the reason why she can get clients without selling. Right now, she spends more time disqualifying clients than she spends more time looking for clients. In fact, she doesn't spend time looking for clients at all. Like there's this part over here. She said, this is what she said. These two companies never came to me. I never chased them. Third prospect asked me a lot of questions, very demanding. I ignore them. Just received a call from another prospect for my small system. She haven't even launched her small system. She hasn't even launched her small system, but she had such reputation, right? That her own clients is already got so excited about her launch, started talking to other people, and then they come and talk to her about it. People booking already. Wouldn't that be great? So with that, let's go into the second shift. The science of it. Don't find clients. Grow clients. Grow clients. What does it mean to grow clients? Let me tell you the parable or the analogy of 4 different kinds of business owner. The first kind of business owner is the one right here. The hunters. The hunters are the ones who are very hardworking. They are also extremely courageous. You know why? Because hunting, you have to go into the wilds. If you need to go into the wilds, you're in danger of getting mauled by animals as well. You are a danger to the animal, but you're also in danger of the animal. So you need a lot of courage. And that's a reality of people who are hunters. Those of you who are from Malaysia, you know the phrase muka tembok. Muka tembok, you have to be thick-faced. Why you have to be thick-faced? Because the business world is filled with risks. You need to put yourself out there. You know, find courage to go there and make things happen, right? The hunter tries their best to find a group of clients, a group of prospects, and throw as many stones as they can in hopes that something might hit before the herd runs away. That is the mentality of just listen and feel the desperation of a hunter. And you can see it all the time when people DM you. Nowadays, LinkedIn is no longer a very professional place, in my opinion. Because every other day you get somebody who slide into your DM, says, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. I operate a software company. I do website design. I do video editing. I do this one. I'm a talent company, blah, 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 blah. Every other day you're getting a DM. And you know what? The more popular you are, the bigger your influence, the more DMs you get from people who is really they want your business more than you want their business. And sometimes none of it actually mean anything. I receive a WhatsApp text message. I received a WhatsApp text message from an old friend who was in insurance. He's like, car insurance, there's a rebate, 20 ring or whatever. Like, he just basically spam everybody, every single contact he know, because his idea is, well, everybody drives. He doesn't know I don't drive. I live on top of a mall. I live in one of those mall joint, so I never needed a car. I go everywhere by Grab. This is what it means to be indiscriminately promoting your stuff. And when you understand that your brand is whatever other people perceive you, your brand is not what you think. Your brand is whatever other people think of you. So if you show up being desperate, being needy, being pushy, what do you think their perception of your brand is? What do you think their chances of doing business with you is? Very low. If they choose to do business with you, they're going to press your price down. Am I right? Am I making sense? So, being a hunter is a level 1 mentality. And the kind of clients that you can attract by being a hunter is not good. They will be the kind of clients which are the most demanding, most tedious to work with, pays the least, and makes your life a hell. Now, the second one is a trapper. The trapper are slightly smarter. The trappers, they know that they shouldn't be giving away so much of their energy. They want to be more protective. So what do? They lay traps. They study the terrain. They try to find where the animals are at. And when they find, okay, this is the place where the animals are at, this Facebook group, that Facebook group. Okay, I'm going to go there and I'm going to start to lay traps. That's the mentality. And this is the mentality of most internet marketers nowadays. What's the problem with that? Many here wants to learn how to sell. How many of you love to be sold to? If you love to be sold to, type in the chat, I love to be sold to. I love it when people pitch me. I love it when people when they see me and when they're talking to me, they are already thinking in their head how to close me. I love it. God or not? I doubt there is. And yet, why do people still try to learn that? We see it, we smell it. Because we are, by now, most of you have already joined so many webinars, so many one-day boot camps, so many 3-day workshops that you know all the tricks. You know it. You know all the tricks already. Am I right? You've heard of it all. Why do we still expect other people haven't heard of it? I hope you're really thinking over here. The trappers will see better results than the hunters. But the trappers can only trap the people who are unknowing of the modern sales and marketing principles and techniques. And that number is becoming smaller and smaller and smaller every year. Because there are more and more people teaching sales and marketing every single year. During the pandemic, every Tom, Dick, and Harry and their grandfathers became a digital marketing guru. If you guys notice that. Everybody suddenly is a business coach. So that is a trapper. The third one is a farmer. Now, farmer is smarter. Why? Because they don't have their sights set on the short term. They are not trying to manipulate things into happening. They are not trying to get people to be trapped by them. They are nurturing, they are growing. They're hardworking, yes, but they are also smart. They study the weather, they study the soil, they study how things work. They study how things work, the natural law of things, and they leverage on the natural law. Among the three of them, hunter, trapper, farmer, the farmer is the one which has the most abundance of yield. They just need to be patient a year. Yeah, I'm going to sow the seeds right now. I'm going to till the soil right now. I'm going to work the land right now. But when the time comes to harvest, they have a bounty so much, they have surplus, enough surplus for them to sell and make extra money. Unfortunately, farmers are very rare. We see most hunters, we see mostly trappers. It's not their fault as well, because they haven't been taught something new, which is part of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. I want to do what I do because I want to bring this, my mission is to show the world an alternative way, the farming way, and something I call the merchant way, which I'm going to show you guys later on as well. It's a way that is win-win-win. Don't we all want that? A business arrangement that is win-win-win, that we don't have to hide and manipulate and trick and all of the stuff. I'm going to show you that. The last one, merchant. The merchant is the smartest one among these four. The merchant knows that the hunter will keep hunting, that the trappers will keep trapping, the farmers will keep farming. The merchant isn't fixated on trying to change other people's minds. The merchant says, okay, let me create a business model that works for everyone. So they go to the urban areas, they go to the cities, and they talk to suppliers who wants leather from the trappers. They talk to suppliers who wants meat from the hunters, exotic meat. And they talk to the suppliers who want vegetables and plants from the farmers. And then they go to the rural area, they make deals with everyone. They buy low, they go to the city, they sell high. Win-win-win. You're not trying to change other people's mindset over here. They just understand how things work. They have inherent understanding of how things work, and they leverage that for their benefit and for the benefit of everyone else. That's the reason why the merchants are the ones that make the most amount of money. So again, you get what you tolerate. Over here, notice the transition from taking to nurturing. The hunters and the trappers are fixated on taking. The farmers and the merchants are focused on giving. We are entering an age right now where Seth Godin calls the connection economy. Most of you probably have heard about the idea of knowing, liking, and trusting, right? Know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. Yeah, sure. No, you know, like, and trust you. Yes. But this word is progressively being replaced by connecting. People need to feel connected with you. When people have when people have a discussion with you, when they have an enrollment conversation, they want to know that you actually care for them. They want to know that. They want to know that you are not going to be the kind of person that takes their money and then leave them hanging dry. Because FYI, that's what's been happening all around the world. We are disenchanted and jaded by all the number of salesmen and people who have promised high but delivers nothing. So the lessons over here in mindset number 2 is, what kind of mentality are you using? That's number 1. And then I'm going to show you something really cool after this. But you need to first do these few things. Instead of working for sales, if you do not understand this mentality, if you do not know how to grow your clients, right? If you're constantly looking to find clients instead of growing your clients, You have to work for sales. You have to be worried about sales, and you have to be worried about being squeezed. Work for sales. What does it mean? You have to work for sales. Like the hunters and the trappers, you have to work very, very hard. The farmers and the merchants are the chill ones. They are the ones who sit back, relax, wait for it. And then it comes. The merchants are the ones who have to filter bad clients. The farmers are the ones who have to filter bad collaborations. So instead of working for sales, you are filtering for the best sales, for the best clients to work with you. Instead of being worried about sales, like how much am I going to get this month? You're going to be worried about systems. Yeah, I'm getting this amount of people. Ayo, next month I'm going to get like 5 more people, 10 more people. Like how am my system going to keep up? Then you got to spend more time worrying about the system rather than worrying about sales. Worry about being squeezed. Why are we squeezed? You are squeezed because you do not have the leverage. Because you wanted the collaboration, you wanted the alliance, you wanted the sale more than the clients do. That is the reason why you get squeezed. You have no leverage. Instead, if you can be attractive, you are the one who sets the terms. And that is a very important thing to understand. Now, how do you actually do this? It's very simple. It's through this thing right here. I call this the science of influence. Pay attention. If you miss this, you miss this. Most people see this for many times and they still don't get it. But it's actually a very simple thing. You need to really pay attention. There are a few concentric circles over here. The center starts with you. You and your team. Followed by clients. Community, audience, strangers. Strangers are the people who don't know you. They never heard of you at all. They never seen you. So they can't decide for themselves whether they like you or not. Audience members are people who know you. They are curious about you. But they are not yet at a stage where they are committed enough to spend time with you. This is very important. You need to understand this. Take notes if you have to. Community are the people who resonate with your philosophy. They understand you, they know you, they like you, they trust you, they resonate with you. The only thing that is missing is they haven't yet found something for them to buy from you. They haven't found an offer from you that they are okay to buy. All that's left is the deal. The client, very simple, they already bought from you. There are good clients and bad clients, put that aside. But let me ask you this question. What happens when you try to sell to strangers? What do you think is going to happen? Type in the chat. Is it going to work? What do you think is going to happen when you try to get an audience member who's not prepared to go into a call with you? You try to secure an appointment with them. Notice that's what many people are doing. Cold calling, indiscriminately sending their proposals and sending their quotations to everywhere. Mike says they won't bother you. They won't bother with you, yeah. Zoe says they don't know you, lack of trust. They're not going to respond. Very, very low chance they're going to respond. Even the ones who respond, they're going to be extremely demanding. They're going to take up so much of your time that you can't spend more time doing what's necessary. Understand this. Please. It's painful for me to watch, seriously. Whenever I see people emailing, DMing, right, trying to win somebody over, putting themselves out like that, it is undignified. And it doesn't work. That's the worst thing. It doesn't even work. Ronnie says strangers not going to work 99% of the case unless they are so lucky they have need. Yeah. So strangers doesn't work. Audience kind of works somehow, right? Because they know you now. They are curious about you. Will they go into a conversation with you? Yes, some might. But I will tell you this. 90% of the people who go into a call with you are not going to buy from you because they are window shopping. You tell them, they look at you and it's like, wow, this guy is trying so hard. Okay lah, it doesn't cost me anything. I'm going to go into a call with him. You're giving away your time too freely. And then they're going to say, let me think about it. Of course. Email marketing work, or should we focus more on digital marketing? Everybody's definition of email marketing and digital marketing is different. So save that question. Towards the end of this session, we can do a Q&A. I would like to understand what is your definition of that. I think I know, but I just want to be sure later on. All right, Rani, thank you for asking. Save the question. We shall talk about that very soon. Community. Now, those community are the ones that is worthy. Community means people who already resonate with you. They understand your philosophy. They understand your methodology. So as an example, by the end of this webinar, if you resonate with my philosophy, you will know for sure by the end of this webinar whether or not you resonate with me. My job is over here is not trying to convince you to like me. My job over here is to make my stance very clear so that you can decide whether or not you agree with me. If you agree with me, and if you resonate with me, if you like me, remember, I can't control whether you like me or not. Right? But if you like me, and if you trust that I am someone who is capable of helping you, then you are part of my community. Whether or not I have your number and name and whatever, doesn't matter. It means you're part of my community. Client. Client is people who trust you enough that they will be willing to buy from you. So knowing this whole thing here, the only thing you need to do for strangers is to get them to be a part of your audience. You don't try to do anything more for them because it's a waste of time. And the only thing you do for your audience is to get them to be a part of your community. That is the only thing. You don't try to sell to them. You don't try to do any more things. You just get them into your community. And community is a place where you can have a two-way communication with them. Even if they don't buy right now, eventually there will come a time of day where they will buy. Because they already trust you. They already see that you are the person to go to. And then only you only sell to your community. Now, here's the thing. Here's the next part over here. There is a difference between activity and assets. If you are a farmer, you can choose to rake the land, work the land by your hands, or you can choose to use a machine. I want you guys to interact with me. Which one do you guys rather be? Like, you guys want to use a hoe, or do you guys want to use a tractor? Type in the chat. Hoe or tractor? Machine, of course. So in business, you can either be the kind of business owner who is constantly hustling, right? Oh, you're hustling, okay, come join this, come join that, come join it. Or you can make a business that is completely automated in terms of the marketing facet of things. Automating inquiries, creating assets. And that's where I see so many business owners are lost over there. Most business owners don't bother creating assets. They want sales, right? So because they want sales, they are very focused on doing. And so nothing happens. So if you don't like that energy, there's another one over here. You can either be a carpenter, you can use a machine to do it for you. The idea is very simple. The idea is this. This is the idea, okay? You need to create a machine. You need to build a machine. That is what it means to own a business. That is what it means to work on a business. You need to build a machine, right, where you can put strangers in and you can bring clients out. I know it sounds very simple, but very few people actually practice this. Very few. Most people are just doing it as they go along. I'm going to give you guys a case study. Over here, this is one of my clients. His name is Suhu. I gave him a script. Later you will laugh at how simple the script is, because it is nothing special, really. Okay. He wants to write a book. And I said, okay, here's the script, post it on your Facebook. In 2 days, he got 219 comments. How many of you would like it if, let's say, you write a book and before you even write it, 219 people already interested to buy a book from you? How many of you? Type in this in the chat. Type me in the chat if you want to. Right. What do most people do? Most people send PM, hey, I just wrote a book, support me lah. I just wrote a book, support me. Right? Going to Facebook groups, I just wrote a book, right? Go to BNI, I just wrote a book, I'm looking for someone who will buy my book. He just wrote a single post. Let me show you what the post is. That's it. Releasing my book, 10 Crucial Qualities for a Trainer to Prosper in 2022 and Beyond. Who wants a copy? Ridiculously stupid. No, it's not stupid, ridiculously simple. But let me ask you, based on what you have just learned about the circles of influence, what do you think happened? Why did he get so many responses? He gets so many responses because he has spent time to grow his community. He has spent the time to grow people. He spent years, in fact. Yeah, people trust him, believe in him, right? Every now and again, you see, like, social media is such an important thing right now because you can see people who just post like 2 words. Sometimes influencers, they post like 2 words. Maybe they can even post a photo without any form of caption and they get like 500,000 comments. You've seen that? Right? It happens. Why? Because they have spent the time farming. They spend the time growing. Businesses that struggle are the businesses that is constantly, yeah, but I'm not a writer. I'm not a video kind of person. I'm not a content kind of person. Can I hire someone to do my content for me? Elon Musk to this day is doing his own comment on Twitter. Gary Vee is still doing his contents. Right? Use attractive caption. It helps definitely. More importantly is consistency. But you can't, here's the most important thing, you can't get consistency unless you have a machine. Unless you have a system to generate consistency. Write this down. Consistency trumps brilliance. Many people, their loss is, I'm gonna write this perfect post, I'm gonna write this perfect video or whatever, then only I'll post, then only people will like it. No, I tell my students, don't you ever send me a post for review until after you post it. That's what I tell all my students. Don't send me anything for me to review until after you post it. Because for most, 99% of people, you don't need to join a social media marketing course. You just need to do more. You just need to practice more for most 99% of people. And whenever you join, let me be clear, why some people, your posts aren't getting any traction? Because you're new in the platform. When I post on Facebook, I get like so many comments. When I post on LinkedIn, nothing. Why? Because I've never been active on LinkedIn. So likewise, if some of you are like, well, why is my post not getting any traction? Yeah, post some more. Keep posting. Keep doing it. Be consistent, but build the machine so that you can be consistent, so that you don't have to work yourself to the ground, burning yourself out and tired and working like 14 hours a day just to post up content. No, build your machine. Don't find clients, grow clients. I'm going to go into the last one. Right strategy, right time. Slow down to speed up. It's a bit of a mouthful. But simplify, right strategy, right time. Use the right strategy at the right time, please. Okay? If you use the wrong strategy at the wrong time, you're going to work yourself to the ground. You're going to appear like you're either trying too hard or not trying hard enough. And you're not going to be desirable. You're not going to get clients without selling. This is an example I can give you, a leaky bucket. So imagine the bucket. as your bank account. The water represents money. If you have a lot of leaks in your company, no matter how much you work hard to put money in, money is going to go out. Now, instead of money, the water signifies people as well. If you have a lot of leaks in your company, you can do your best to attract talents, but they're not going to stay for whatever reason. Maybe they feel that the work is not inspiring enough. Maybe they feel that their talents are being wasted. Maybe they are not excited with your vision. Maybe they don't feel like they're getting paid enough. Whatever the reason is, maybe it's about them, certain significant needs are not getting met. Whatever the reason is, do the hard thing, do what is hard, and actually ask the question, why should people stay with me? And I'm leading to clients over here. Why should clients stay with me? Aside from the contracts, aside from, oh, you signed a 1-year contract, that's why you should stay with me. No. What is a real reason why a client has to stay with you? Right? I answer that question for myself. Because in order for a business to get clients without selling business, a lot of work is necessary. It is a long-term work. And so my clients come in with the full understanding that even 3 months of working with me is going to create significant impact that will last them the rest of their career. But they are also aware of the fact that there is no quick results, because we are changing something from internally to the external. This is not one of those, hey, do this 21-day challenge and double your, because we know that it's not sustainable. What is your reason? What is the reason your clients should stay with you? So right strategy, right time, right people means different businesses, different stages. And for different stages, you need to apply the different kinds of mentality, different kinds of mindset. Because any business owner who has made it successfully in the business world will tell you this. Your first 10K per month income is going to be drastically, who you are when you're making 10K a month is going to be very different from who you are when you're making 20K, 30K a month. And that is going to be very different from when you're making 50K a month. And that is very different when you're making 100K a month. A business is a process of personal development, make no mistake. A business is a point where you literally have to grow yourself, otherwise you will not make it. When you are trying to survive, there is a certain mentality, mindset that you put on. You need to think about hustle. You need to think about saving costs. You need to think about MVP. When you're trying to stabilize, it's a very different ballgame. When you're trying to stabilize, the priority is no longer about sales. It's about people. How can I grow my community? How can I systemize? How can I get more time for myself? And when you are going on to scale, right, it is a matter of taking aggressive risk. Where else can I spend money? Where else can I invest? Where else can I take certain projects with calculated risks? Where else can I expand my team? Where else can I send my team to personal development? Because when you are trying to survive, you're investing in yourself. When you are trying to scale, you're investing in your people. You're sending them for courses and all of that stuff. Right strategy, right time, right people. Sometimes people tell me, Felix, I've been working so hard. I hired a copywriter. I hired a content writer. I hired a Facebook ad agency, and nothing works. And I look at them, and they are right now at the survival stage. Felix, what is the best software to use for LMS? Like between Kajabi and Infusionsoft and ClickFunnels, what is the best one? I'm like, dude, you haven't even made your first 5K a month. Just use free software, Thinkific, whatever, right? Some people, they invest, like one of my friends, people can tell me, Like, Felix, I have just invested 30K to create my website. Great. How many clients do you have? 0. Huh. I know people who's making 100K per month e-commerce revenue, and all they use is Shopee. Are you overcomplicating it? Are you overthinking it? Right? Are you over preparing for it? Likewise, this is very funny. There are certain people who is making making 30K a month, and they are still carrying with them a 5K per month mentality. When it is time for them to grow their team, when it's time for them to hire people, they are still thinking like, where else can I save? Huh? Where else can I, they're still using a survival mentality. So some questions to ask yourself, like, have you ever paid for help that was underutilized? You pay this person 2K a month, and somehow they are just sitting there, and you also don't know what orders to give them, and they also do not know what to do. You're staring at each other silly. I've done it before. Many of these things, if you can hear, I speak very passionately about these things. Why? Because I did it. These are stupid mistakes which I made in my life, in my business. Have you ever ran ads that didn't work? You ran it in months, 1 month, 2 months. It's like you keep tweaking, you keep trying this and trying that, and your Facebook ad agency is coming back at you. And yeah, we tried this normally, very weird. Normally, other people see results. Why don't see results? Why? Because your foundation isn't secure. Marketing is an amplifier. If your business if your idea is not remarkable, if your message is not remarkable, if there is nothing unique about your business, right? If only you think that your business is great, you are stuck in what we marketers call the universe. YOU, meverse. Your universe is only you. You are stuck in your own reality, right? And that is the reason why the ads didn't work. Sorry if I sound harsh, but talking about this, I'm reminding myself, the past Felix would make all these mistakes. Have you ever had super low conversion rates? Out of 10 people who got into a call with you, 1 person signed up. Out of 20 people who got into a call with you, 1 person signed up. God or not. Have you ever had a situation like that? Why? Again, foundations. So let me share with you what needs to happen. See, there are 6 stages in a business, all in all. Stage 1 is roots. Roots mean you need to assess what is going on in your business. Like, what is the big idea here? Who exactly is the prospect that is coming to me? Not the kind of audience that I like, Who are the people that is already coming to me? Do they have an urgent problem? Do I say it's urgent, or do they say it's urgent? What is the brand promise? Like Felix's brand promise is get clients without selling. What is your brand promise? Whatever, just now I asked you what you guys do. Whatever you guys answered, let me tell you this. If you came up with that statement by sitting and thinking for half an hour, or sitting and thinking for a whole day. In fact, if you came up with a statement by sitting and thinking about it for 1 whole month, you need to reflect whether or not that statement is getting you attention or not. If that statement is not getting you attention, it is not the right statement for you. It is not about what we want. It is about what the market wants. Is your basic big idea of your business something that the market already wants, or are you trying to convince the market to want it? Steve Jobs liked to say this. He said that he built products that the market didn't know they want. But here's the difference. The market still want it. They just do not know that they want. But most people use this statement as an excuse to create something that they want, but the market doesn't want. And then they spend the rest of their life trying to convince the market to want it. Every single business pivots. The market that you start with may not be the market that you end up. The product that you start with may not be the product that you end up. Which brings to the question, why do people spend 6 months trying to build up a programs before even trying to market it? So stage 1, roots. Your roots has to be strong. Your foundations has to be strong. If your business isn't seeing results right now, 90% chances, if you're not automatically getting people, if you're not getting inquiries without having to work for it, your fundamentals are not strong. Certain fundamental things needs to be reassessed. Stage 2 is where you optimize client enrollment processes. Now you know that your fundamentals are strong. Now you need to optimize. You need to know how to articulate it to the people who is coming in through the door. Many people say, I want more eyeballs. I want more people to have, I want more leads. When I ask them, like, can you handle 100 leads if I put them through your door right now? Oh, no, cannot. Then you want more leads for what? Something wrong over here. How many here ever felt that enrollment conversations are difficult? Type in the chat. You go into a one-to-one call and you spend so much time trying to convince them, and you end up feeling this dirty, draggy, heavy feeling in your heart, right? Should you tolerate that? Should you really? Is this the reality of all enrollment conversations? I say no. Enrollment conversations, the way I live it, the way my clients do it, it's fun. The enrollment conversations are easy, it's fun, it's so shock. It's shock because we are very clear. We're not trying to convince, we're not trying to, it's like, and people just buy, right? 7 times out of 10 people buy. And we're not even trying over here. Why? Because we have optimized our enrollment processes. Stage 3 is where you build your tribe, where you build your community, getting more eyeballs, getting more people who show up into your events. And stage 4, fan base. Reasons for your existing clients to stay long term. Even now, until stage 4, we don't even touch ads. Right? You can make up to mid 5 figures a month without even touching ads. It takes time, but it happens. And stage 5, then only you start thinking about how can I amplify my reach? How can I go into YouTube? How can I go into ads? How can I do this? How can I do that? Right? How can I be more omnipresent? Stage 6 is where you start to duplicate. Most people, like, sometimes I felt it very unnecessary, but I feel this so hard now. People just started a business. They haven't validated a single thing. And they have like 5 people working for them already. And they are just bleeding money every single month. Just bleeding out. And they come back to the question, I look at you, you look at me, and they're trying to assign things to their staff because the staff got nothing to do. But because they have to feed them, they have to make their presence justified somehow. Wrong strategy, wrong time. So this is a case study over here. His name is Piero Madisek. He's currently a 6-figure a month leadership coach. When I first met him, it's not that. He had less than 10K a month. And the reason why is because he works too hard and tries too hard. He's too busy proving instead of asking the deep fundamental question, until one day he woke up. He said, actually, this is the question I should be asking. He started asking the question. He started working with me to figure out what is his promise actually. What is this? What is the role? What is the promised land he's leading his leaders to? Right? What exactly is the value that he has to the market? 3 months, 10K a month to 100K a month. No ads? Not yet lah. He's only recently started doing it. One-man show. I mean, he has a VA, but he's not like 5-man team or whatever. And by the way, this is Australia dollars. Right strategy, right time. You got to slow down to speed up. Don't rush. Don't rush things. Never rush things. Make sure you always assess. Be a sniper. Be a sniper. Don't try to be a hero. It's like, all I have is energy. I'm going to work hard, right? You got to burn yourself out. Aim, aim, aim. Once you get the right aim, once you have your target in the crosshair, bang, one shot, one kill. Results is what matters the most. To do that, apply the right strategy and the right time. Okay, I'm going to start wrapping up. So I want to ask you guys a few questions. What have you guys learned today? I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes. Please don't make it awkward like just now. Just now I asked you a question and you're like, oh, you guys are all looking at me. I said, write down, write down. What have you guys learned today? Type it down. So I have a timer over here, 3 minutes for you guys to write down biggest lessons. We're going to do a Q&A after this. But for now, just write down the lessons first, and then we're going to do a Q&A. Okay, Sean says, right strategy, right people, right time. Good. Don't overwork yourself. Yeah. When you are working too hard, you know that something is wrong. Okay, don't be very careful about that. Don't ever think that working too hard is okay. It is not okay. Zol says, be selective, slow down, create an image to your trade. Yeah. Leverage on machine farmer. Yes. Selling is not what matters. Branding is what matters. Absolutely. Remember the tree concept, start nurturing. Yes. Make your business into a tree. Understand this. Trees takes time to grow. Your business takes time to grow. You want to reap the benefits of the tree, you need to make sure that the tree has the chance to grow until it starts bearing fruit. If you try to take the fruits off your tree before it starts bearing fruit, you're going to kill the tree. You're going to kill your business before it takes off. Slow down. Someone says have a good approach. James says understanding the pain points to match your product. Absolutely. Have a solid foundation. Don't target all over the place. Plan a strategy. Be selective about your clients. Invest in your employees so that all will work as a team. Absolutely. Thank you for participating. Don't chase for sales. Be selective. Yeah. Don't waste time who makes it hard to get a meeting. You know, one of the most profound lessons I've learned when it comes to, especially those of you who are coaches and trainers, don't make it easy for people to buy from you. Make it challenging. But at the same time, and this is where it is very important, at the same time, become the kind of person that is so inspiring that people have to step up in order to access you. That is how you will be able to create the most significant amount of impact. Very good. Kevin says, change the mindset of selling, nurturing instead of hunting. Yes. Consistently growing community client. Very good. Kevin says, best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Absolutely. So don't have, so I hope after this, no more hunter mentality if you had any. Can you guys see that getting clients isn't just about marketing? Can you guys see that? Getting clients without selling isn't just about marketing. You can type yes. Can you see that you can get that this principle of getting clients without selling can be used for more than marketing? Can you see yourself becoming so attractive that you attract collaborators, organizers, potential partners, talents? Mind Valley attracts 4,000 applications per year. So they have the ability to choose who they want to take in. So become attractive. So now the next section over here, right, is only for people who thinks about working with Felix. Don't worry. If you don't want to think about, if you don't want to work with me, I'm not going to force you. There's no awkwardness over here. So what I'm going to do right now is like this. We're going to spend time Q&A as well. but I want to save the Q&A for the last, for only people who are most dedicated to learn. So what I'm going to do right now is I have a timer here. It's a 3 minutes timer, right? So I'm glad you guys are here. I'm glad that you guys have learned so many things. But I want to invest a little bit more of my time to see who among you are people who can respond well with me. So I'm going to start a timer. It's a 3 minutes timer. And this 3 minutes timer for those people who feels like, if you feel like, okay, you heard enough, you have a lot of things to digest, a lot of things to apply. Felix, thank you so much. And I'm going to see you next time. Great. I love you. You can go. But those of you who wants to listen about like what are the potential ways that you can have me help you in your business, you can stay back. And you can take these 3 minutes to go for a toilet break, because I want you to come back here feeling fresh. It's about 10 minutes of me presenting. And after that, we can turn off for the day. And then I can also answer some questions, right? So thank you so much for those of you who are leaving. Thank you so much. You can leave right now. Love you. And those of you who are staying, I'll wait for you. And 3 minutes, we'll come back. We'll come right back. Okay, right. Those of you who are still staying, thank you for your interest. I'm gonna make this really quick. So my objective here is just to become very, very clear. Now, so those of you who haven't yet received this, my links as well as details of my program can be seen inside the link down there. But I'm gonna present it live so that you guys have full details over here. Okay. So first of all, I play two roles when it comes to helping businesses. I play the role of a coach. I also play the role of a consultant. So it's two different kinds of service with two different kinds of price points. I'm going to explain the coach only. I'm not going to explain my role as a consultant. Actually, I'm gonna touch a little bit, but in terms of pricing and packages for consultation, there was completely different thing. We need to take a completely different one-to-one conversation. But today I'm gonna share with you about the coaching program only. So the context is this. I want to put you to imagine this. You encounter a passionate boy or a girl trying to learn a complicated subject through reading books only. If you're a teacher, what would you do? So you look at this boy here. He's very passionate to learn. He's studying all this complicated thing and he's really struggling. What advice would you give this bookworm if you're a teacher? Think about that for a while. I will tell you what advice I would give. My advice is, well, don't just read. Actually mingle with people who are practicing the concept. Actually mingle with people who are already living the concept. Because if you're trying to master something complicated, or if you're trying to master something which is unfamiliar to you, doesn't it make sense to actually get some help? This boy, if he's not going to the school, he needs to go to the school. Maybe he needs to get a private tutor or something, but basically some help. Because knowledge, whatever you learn through webinar, whatever you learn through a course, is not real knowledge unless you have applied it. Do you guys agree? It is not real knowledge unless you are applying the knowledge for yourself. Knowing happens when the action is done. Otherwise, all you're hearing is what people say. Right now, this webinar, if you just listen to this and you don't take action, you are only learning my theories. You are only learning that, the only learning that you have is that it works for me. But you wouldn't know whether it works for you or not. But here comes the problem. When you want to apply this to yourself in your life, how do you know what is the first thing you need to do? How do you know whether you do it right or wrong? How do you know how to do it? I mean, of course, you can go and Google and all that stuff. But for the people who stay over here, who are listening to this particular presentation, you're staying because you don't want to waste time. Am I right? You want to get straight to the point. So as a coach, I play three things. I give three things. I give focus, number one. Focus means I tell you directly, like what is the one most important thing you need to do right now? All the time. After you execute this one most important thing, I'll tell you the next most important thing. And then I'll tell you the next most important thing. Instead of, here's the next 100 things you need to do. With those of you who have joined 3-day boot camps or 1-day boot camp, you know, you go in there with blank slate and you come up with your head feels like bursting. Am I right? So focus. What is the one most important thing you need to do right now? That's the first thing I do. The second thing I give guidance. How do you do it well? How do you do it well? Not just, here's the thing you need to do. Oh, okay. And then Google. No, how do you do it well? And finally, feedback. Because theory is different from implementation. Different nuances and distinctions, right? Of how to execute and what constitutes a great execution versus a lousy execution is discernment. So without experience, there's no way you can tell because you got nothing to compare it to. And even if you do have something to compare it to, how do you know what needs to be improved? So the biggest role I play as a coach is also to give feedback on the execution. So that is the analogy of a teacher. Now, as a consultant, however, I play a very different role. I want you guys to think about the shipyard. Right now, you are building a ship because there is a destination that you want to go into. Whatever the destination is, you want to go somewhere in life, and the reason why you're in business is because you believe that business is the only way you can get there, or the best way for you. So this ship is your business. If you're gonna build a ship, I mean, you can build it yourself, for sure. The role I play, however, is I am the foreman. I am the guy who directs the team. I am the guy who, you give me the resources and I tell you how the resources is going to be spent. Where is it going to go into? I keep deadlines. I keep timelines. And so that you can have the freedom and the ability to do more important things within the project. Making connection, securing funding, envisioning the destination, planning the trip. So as a consultant, I go into a business and I do 5 things. I diagnose issues. What is the breakdown right now? What is the problem? I diagnose it. I define the timeline for you. Like how long can this breakdown be resolved? What needs to be done? I define the results, the KPI of how and when and what is the metrics for success. How do we know when we are successful at it? I guide your team to do it so that you don't have to do it. And I ensure seaworthiness. Seaworthiness means you bring the boat out, it's not going to sink. That's the worst thing ever, isn't it? If you're going to invest a lot of money in a project, you don't want to see it sink. So I help you to ensure that it's actually seaworthy before you bring it out. Whichever you are going for, there's only one objective working with me. It is to get clients without selling business. It is to build this machine right here. This is a very simplified graphical representation. A more complicated but still simplified would be something like this. You don't have to go in and see what all of this is. It's just a simply a representation of how the entire machine will look like in the future. But more importantly, I want to help you build the kind of business that is your ikigai business. Some of you who knows what ikigai is, you can tell. It is the intersection between what you love, what you can be paid for, what the world needs, and what you're good at. And by doing this, you are able to create a kind of business which you never need an escape from. You can create a kind of business that you love doing. It doesn't feel like you're working. The kind of business that resonates with you, that is meaningful, and at the same time give you time and freedom. My role as a coach and or a consultant, how I help is this. Just now I show you the 6 stages. At the first stage, I help you choose the right seat. We assess, we find the idea. I'll figure out whether or not I have a certain process where we go really in depth and through a series of assessments, many assessments over here, we detect and see whether you currently have the right idea. If you don't have the right idea, it's an opportunity to change the idea. I will help you change the idea. I'll help you phrase it in a way that the marketing actually understands so that you get out of your own universe, right? And into your market's universe. Stage 2, we figure out the enrollment process. We want the aim here is to have a 60-70% conversion rate. If you don't have a 60 to 70% conversion rate, your enrollment process is broken. So we need to create a reliable process to get clients, to enroll community members into clients, that you can use it on yourself or you can use it for your team. It is a very important, crucial thing to do. Once this is done, and only after this is done, we go into the third one. We build a community structure. What is your community structure? What is the reason why people should recommend other people to join a community? How can you automate the growth of your database and your community? How do you consistently and automatically grow it, grow the numbers? Because this is a very important thing. Every single marketer will tell you that. Growing your database is an extremely important process. Stage 4, call it True Fans Accelerator. We create a culture in your business, both among your clients as well as among your community. Make it into a privilege for people to buy from you. Make it into something honorable. That when your community members say, "Oh, you joined that person's business, wow, good on you, congratulations." We see this happen all the time around the world. Harley Davidson is one. Why do people get tattoos of Harley Davidson? Because there's a culture. They didn't just create a business over here. They created a culture. They created a movement. Seth Godin says, Marketing can be simplified into these following words. This is who we are and this is what we do. How can you turn your business and simplify to the point where this is who we are and this is what we do? ClickFunnels have the same thing. Every successful business, it is that you see, that you feel that you want to spend a lot of your money on, they have created a movement. Let's create a movement for you. So that you can get true fans. You can get long-term clients that stay with you year after year after year, that endorses and supports you. Stage 4. Stage 5 is where we start to amplify your audience. You want to start to automate your social media content production. Make it so that you are more discoverable by people. Unless your foundations are strong, there's no point to talk about this. But once your foundations are strong, when you do something like this, your business results will start to exponentially increase. And then scaling enabler. We're going to start to create at level 6 a tribe of more than 6-figure people. A database more than 100,000 people. Imagine that if you have a database of more than 100,000 people, how easy would it be to fill up your webinars? How easy it is for you to get launch events, launches? How easy would it be for you to get that sustainability that you're looking for? But you need airtight systems, you need SOPs to train new team members. You need the ability to retain valuable talents. And that's what we're going to work on in stage 6. So how I help is represented by this chart over here. When you first start with me, the results are going to be slow because we're working on the fundamentals. We're cementing your foundations. We're laying the concrete. But as we go more and more, the results that comes, you can expect it to accelerate faster and faster. Vivian wasn't doing this well like 2 months ago. She started doing extremely well this month. Why? Exponentiality. That is how business works, exponentiality. So if you are looking for the coaching program, keep watching. If you want a consultation with me in terms of like me directly working one-on-one with you, because the coaching program is a group coaching program, if you want me to work one-on-one with you, book a call through my link as well. But here's what you get as part of the coaching program. You get a step-by-step roadmap, training, and guidance. I have a software which I created. This is not a full-fledged software. I don't know coding. I built this using Google Sheets. But the vision for me is I want to refine the entire processes over here to be so tight and bulletproof, right? To be so airtight that I'm going to create an app in the future. This is in the works, is in my roadmap. But what this software does is an LMS, task tracker, progress marker, all in one. You don't have to learn everything. You just need to learn this one thing right now. And that is the role of this software. All my clients use this as a progress tracker. You don't have to remember everything. You can take action with the knowing, with the safe understanding that what you're doing is actually proven. It's already been done and it works. And all that's left is just execution. So that's the first thing you get. This is my LMS, right? This is my curriculum. This is my task tracker, progress marker, gamified, all in one. And it's and the best part is, I think this is personally what I think the best part is. I'm not sure about you guys. Would you guys tell me what you think? Personally, I think the best part about this is that it's gamified. It's very fun. My clients, like in normal mentoring programs, in a normal business coaching programs, taking action seems to be the biggest problem that many of my peers have. I don't have this problem. My clients are addicted to action. And part of the huge reason why is because I gamify this whole thing for them. So that's the first thing you get. The second thing is clarity call. Every week on Sundays, we meet up 8 a.m. in the morning for 1 hour. And what we do in the clarity call is we debrief last week. I'm a trained facilitator. I keep a small group running and I debrief everyone in terms of how the week went, what can be improved, what was the wins. And we decide collectively individually, what is the focus next week. so that you know, okay, next week, this is the one most important task I need to get done to grow my business this coming week. So when you do something like this, you remove all the noise away from your head. You don't have to remember so many things. You don't have to juggle so many things in your bandwidth or whatever not. Just focus on just one thing. And then creating feedback and then I will give you feedback in terms of what happened, in terms of your chosen focus for the following week. So I train everyone in my coaching program to decide what is the best thing so they're not dependent on me. Clarity call. And some people ask, like, how do I ensure everyone gets enough attention? Systems. There is a system which I create where every one of my clients use it to report the wins, debrief next week. It is a very motivating call because everyone is celebrating wins and you are connecting and you are working with growth-minded people. And then on Thursdays, there is a check-in call. The role of the check-in call is for accountability and support. Because you say that you're going to do something, we need to make sure that you actually do it. And if let's say it wasn't done, why? My role is not to scold. My role is just to give a structure to check in. And the road of an entrepreneur is very hard. I mean, let's be honest, it's hard and it's lonely. So what do we do? How do I help by doing that? I create more opportunities to connect with each other. I create a structure for feedback and accountability to ask questions. So we have 2 major check-ins per week. And not only that, we also have WhatsApp support. Like this is a picture of Vivian asking me a question. So she sent me a text this morning, video herself. Hey, this one I'm trying to do this. How? Something quick. This for quick questions that need quick answers. So I just responded to her. Here's the answer. Anything that is major, we save it for Thursdays. But anything which is minor, very simple for me to answer, I just immediately answer. Maximum within 24 hours. We also have a WhatsApp group where basically these are some of my clients, Rita, Joyce, they talk about, it's a very supportive group. Let me just put it that way. But more importantly, it's growth-minded. Many people like to say, surround yourself with like-minded individual. I disagree. Because if you surround yourself with like-minded individual, you're going to stay stuck. Because your mindset is exactly why you're here. Wherever here is, maybe you're already successful. Great, your mindset is the reason why you're here. But what is good enough to get you here is not good enough to get you there. Every single stage of our life, every level of success requires an entirely different mindset. So a growth-minded individual, growth-minded people are the kind of people who will push you, who will challenge you, who will not take any form of victim mindset. But at the same time, will support you when you're down with the full understanding that the moment you're no longer down, let's go, let's move. That is what it means to have growth-mindedness. So we have a WhatsApp group of people who are like that. I currently have around like 10 people only, because one of my criteria of my coaching program is I like to keep it small. But it is a very powerful coaching program because over the past 6 months, we have seen some amazing transformation in terms of both the mindset as well as the business results. And I'm looking to have more people in there. Not only that, and this is probably something you will never see in many programs. Every single morning, 6:15 a.m. This is an optional thing, by the way. Don't worry, it's an optional thing. 6:15 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. I know that many entrepreneurs don't do self-care. They don't exercise, they don't take care of their diet, they don't do journaling. Well, I do it. I do it all. And that is a huge reason why I'm seeing certain progress that most people don't see. What I do is I let my clients join me. And after we do the whole self-care thing, 1 whole hour, you can ask me later how it works. But after we do that, cameras on, we share our daily intention. So every Sunday we share our weekly intention. Every day we share our daily intention. Now this is optional. This is not compulsory. But for the people who joins this particular day-to-day sessions, right, they become completely different person within just 1 month. Very, very different. And later on, as I show you some of the case studies, you will know. But the idea of here is number one, self-care, because you need self-care. If you don't take, if you are too busy for self-care every day, eventually your body is gonna break, and then your business is gonna break. Don't let it happen, please. Even if you don't join the program, please don't let it happen. It's very, very important to understand that. But number one is self-care. Number two is to ensure that your time is well spent. Every single day, when you have that focus at the start, you go into it motivated, fresh, grounded, and you can get a lot of things done. This is the secret behind why my client is able to be so productive every single day. No procrastination. This is probably the biggest secret why. So this is basically all the deliverables. But let me tell you why GCWS is different. This is why it's different from other programs. Only what you need when you need it. I am extremely good at breaking things down into the smallest actionable steps. This is all because I am 15 years in the coaching industry, starting from fitness. Now I'm in business coaching. I took what I learned from the fitness coaching industry in terms of periodization programming, and I applied it into the business coaching side of things. Number two. Now this, by the way, this is another photo. Another lady said, big changes going on. Small moves, big changes. Number two is holistic. This lady here, she said there's a lot of unexplained value that comes with commitment. She's actually an art gallery owner. Second time in her life, signed up for coaching. She signed up, the first time she signed up for coaching, she paid for a $15,000 program. $15,000 program. And she said that this is so different from the first one. The first one, she can only meet the mentor twice a month. Twice a month. And over here is like every day if she wants to. And she never misses a session. She always comes Thursdays, always comes Sundays to meet up with me. Number three, I give you feedback on your execution. Like Vivian over here, she says that my brand is much more sexier. I can use this to attract. I'm very satisfied with progress today. Number four, I help people overcome limitations, blocks. Because are you aware of how much mental blocks do you have? So I do that as well. And finally, you grow yourself while you're growing your business. So I see that some people have already left. I'm going to give you guys my link over here. So if you want to be sure if you're a right fit, get on call. This is the link. And that is pretty much it. Let's open the floor for some Q&A. And then we can wrap up for today. Okay, that's it, done.
Hey, Felix, that's a good one. I feel like to join immediately, lah. Okay, now guys. Okay, hi, Coach James. Jose, thank you so much for your time. Well,
I think we just asked a question. Like, do you guys have any question? Yeah. If there's no question, we can. I believe that there's like we have kind of overshot the time as well.
Yeah. Okay, anyone got any questions?
Actually, James is in my community. He's from Thrive Together.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. James, are you there? No, I don't think he's there.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. When I was Lisbon, Melvin, Era is my guy.
Oh, I see. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
James, do you have a question?
No question.
No question. So you
how
just
how the whole thing is, how you deliver. Because I also want to run my own.
Okay. So what have you learned today?
Interesting. A lot of things that I can implement because I'm launching my coaching program. So I need to run the preview. So I'm also learning from you a lot. How you run your preview, how to sell without selling. That's the most important thing. So what I see today, what I hear today and learn today, very important for me. You talk more this Thursday.
What?
You talk more tomorrow Thursday.
Yeah, I'll talk more on Thursday.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it lah. Sure, we can probably do a debrief right now. James, do you have anything to add, Sean?
No, nothing for me to add. I would just say thank you so much, Felix. Your sharing is really, there's a lot of takeaway. Yeah. Thank you so much for the golden nugget that you have shared. Yeah, really actually helping me a lot in future for this business.